Matrixx and Rhodes show fans, we are back with another video, and boy, the Will Smith Chris Rock drama will not end. Everybody is talking about this. And folks, it's not often that a Hollywood celebrity will actually come out and slam Hollywood without actually being canceled. But in this case, guys, Will Smith was absolutely wrong for slapping Chris Rock. I don't like the look for him. Will Smith should have known better than that, because he was actually the one that was laughing at the joke that Chris Rock said about Jada. He wasn't offended by it. Now, Jada, on the other hand, she was. She wasn't amused in the least bit. And then I'm assuming she probably looked at Will and was like, "What are you laughing at?" And then Will walks up on stage and slaps Chris Rock. Wow. Bad look for the Oscars, man. Bad look, but you got people talking about the Oscars, so that may be a good thing for the Oscars. They may end up turning every year into some type of a Jerry Springer situation, though, but I digress. Well, one Hollywood actor who's also a comedian, he is actually ripping Hollywood now. And I'm talking about Jim Carrey. Now, Jim Carrey, he's a stand-up comedian. He's a funny guy. He's Fire Marshal Bill back in the day from In Living Color. He's come out and he has ripped the Oscars for giving Will Smith a standing ovation. And he calls them spineless. He's calling Hollywood spineless. You can see here, Jim Carrey sickened by Oscars, standing ovation for Will Smith. Hollywood is spineless. You don't see too many people out there in Hollywood coming out and saying something this harsh, especially against their own actors. But when Will Smith went up there to accept his Best Actor award, he got a standing ovation. He was out there. He was up there on stage. He had some tears in his eyes. He was apologizing, but he didn't apologize to Chris Rock until yesterday, which I'm pretty sure that was actually by his publicist or something that actually wrote that. But at the Oscars, he never apologized to Chris Rock. But Jim Carrey says this, quote, I was sickened by the standing ovation," Carrey told Gayle King in a CBS Mornings interview that aired Tuesday. "Hollywood is just spineless en masse, and it really felt like this is a really clear indication that we aren't the cool club anymore." Well, Jim Carrey, let me let you in on something. Hollywood hasn't been cool for a long time. Where have you been? Where have you been? Now, maybe Jim Carrey actually has some of the same political feelings as a lot of these Hollywood celebrities. I don't know. But it is kind of ironic that Will Smith would do something despicable like that and then get a standing ovation. Now, guys, let me ask you this. And I've heard this from other places too. If Mel Gibson went up there and slapped Chris Rock, folks, do you think that he would actually have accepted the award for Best Actor? I'm willing to bet that the Academy, if he won, they would have took it away from him. They would have escorted him out of the building, and he probably would have ended up being in some holding cell out there, and he would be deemed a racist. But Will Smith, he got a quick pass pretty fast, even though the Oscars said they're going to do an investigation. What does that mean? It means nothing. They're not going to take away the award from Will Smith. They're not, because they don't want to be called racist. But I can guarantee you guys, if you had somebody on the other side of the political aisle, like a Mel Gibson, it'll be over for him. He'll be canceled. He'll be canceled. The mainstream media would be crushing this man left and right. Now, the media in general is covering Will Smith because it's just huge news. Huge news. But I'm willing to bet you'll probably end up having like CNN would be writing hit pieces if this was Mel Gibson. Or let's say if it's another conservative actor, for example, like Kevin Sorbo. Let's say if it was Kevin Sorbo, they would be crushing him. They'd be making up stuff. But it's pretty amazing, that Will Smith pretty much, he recovered pretty fast from this in a matter of about 10 minutes. Because from what I understand, after the slapping incident, 10 minutes later, he was on the stage accepting Best Actor. Now, you also got to realize too that Jim Carrey is a comedian, so he's probably standing up for comedy. Chris Rock, this is what he does. Chris Rock is doing what Chris Rock always does. And comedy, this is the way it should be. You should be able to roast people. And from what we understand, he didn't even know that Jada had this condition to where she was losing her hair. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. But I can tell you this, guys. During the Oscars last night, they got pretty political with other stuff too. And the crowd was laughing because this is who Hollywood is. They're pretty forgiving if you have the right political beliefs. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Matrixx and Rhodes Show fans, and by the way, folks, he also said this. He said, I have to announce this morning that he would be suing Will Smith for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. And he's right about that. This video of him slapping Chris Rock will go down in internet history. I mean, it was that big, folks. It absolutely was that big. But Jim Carrey, he's right on the money on this one. Nah, I'm not sure of his political leanings. From what I understand, he's kind of a lefty, but he's right on this. It's kind of weird and kind of interesting that Hollywood gave Will Smith a pass within 10 minutes of smacking Chris Rock. Wow. And he called them spineless. But we've known that for a long time, Jim Carrey. Where have you been? Where have you been? Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.